he's got that rumski. Stop in. It's what the Yeti drink. Join us on Monday nights. Toast with Brand Wide Distillery, Utica Mac Incorporated. For all your sales and service needs, contact Branches Simile, CRM Commercial Residential Management. Contact Jason down at CRM, Robert Dix Jr. Insurance Agency. Contact Bobby Dix, Rome Sign and Display Company, where we get all our banners here at the Yeti outfit. Liberty Affordable Housing. Eric Kiefer, LUTCF, local representative and a friend of the Yeti. The B-Dry System, water issues in your basement, on your property, contact Brandon at B-Dry. Inside, outside, they can dry you out. Water no more. Family Landscape, make your neighbors green with envy. Contact Russ, make your yard Yeti ready. CBI Cables, what the pros use. Custom audio, custom video, network and power cables built for your needs. CBI Cables, plug them in. Norris Candy, home of the original candy turkey joints.
Hello, Yeti Nation. Thank you, Nora's sweetest candy shop. But Paul Noecker, what's happening?
Yeti Nation, Greg Beecher, OJ. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, gentlemen. How are y'all?
Check out the OJ, the dude Christmas logo. He just gave it to us like 30 seconds before we went live. So, but we got it jammed in there. So, OJ, the dude, what's happening, Owen? And what a week you had, huh, bud?
Yeah. If you would have told me to guess if that Roughnecks game was going to end the way it did, I would not have believed you.
I mean, we might as well just get right into the heart of the matter here.
Yeah.
Honestly, you were the only one that picked the Roughnecks, and what a game that was. That was probably the most exciting game of the week, I think. What do you guys think?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm going to say just because of what I've watched on the congrats to the Calgary. They smacked our picks, but I don't know. Albany was pretty impressive to me.
Yeah.
Albany was...
No disrespect, OJ. No disrespect. But
hey,
wow.
Albany just ran away with it.
Woo! Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, though, yeah, when you look at it, though, that is just nuts. I mean, I don't know. I did not, especially, what was that? What was the score at halftime? Just before, OJ. What was the longest spread in that game? Because it was nuts, I tell you.
Yeah, it was like...
We hung out on Owen's channel watching it. If anybody wants to go through and watch some funny reactions, go through and watch me and OJ losing our mind on some of these goals. And then Hot Rod jumped in for a bit, and we were just hanging out watching some lacrosse after. I think that's how we're going to do the watch parties from now on. We'll just hang out and watch it, and we'll just clip us when we start, when we lose our mind and make highlights like I kind of did. I like that. And then we got some sweet highlights for the show.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, and they were. I seen a couple of them. You guys rock.
So what'd you think about that, Owen? I mean, that was a good time, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a great time.
Yeah.
For sure. Would love to see more people come through. So.
Yeah, I mean, we'll either, like I said, do them live or just do them and we'll hang out. And if you're a channel member, you get to hang out in the Discord watching with us, and we'll watch the games together, and it'll just be like a hangout party. And we'll grab all that. You can grab our faces so you get our reactions, OJ, and we'll put our reactions over the top. I think that sounds like a good time. But no, that Roughnecks game, I mean, that was nuts. I mean, at one point, Halifax was leading 3-10. And then Dobie scored. But then, I tell you, Knox came back, answered immediately. I wasn't quite sure. At that point, you're watching it, you're like, oh, man, Knox came back and scored. But about a minute after that, a little less than a minute on the power play, the captain, Jesse King, comes through in the clutch. And we're going to go through and watch them Dobie goals. Actually, you know what? Let's go watch a couple of them Dobie goals now, because that was just, like, unbelievable. That one off the end boards, when that happened, I absolutely lost my mind. Like, that was just insane. And, like, what these guys can't see right now was me and OJ losing our minds on the corner of the screen because it's cut off with our faces this time. But how about this? Yeah. It's almost like they planned it.
Right?
What a shot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. No.
I mean, just look at the athleticism, though. In the air, goes back the opposite way against his momentum. That was a crazy goal.
Yeah, that's one of the best shots I've seen.
And a nice pass, too. So they actually had just changed the goalie at that point, and they put in that backup. Unfortunately, I don't have that kid's name off the top of my head, but actually it will be on the stats. And I do have
That
the
doesn't say
stats up.
Hill. That's 76 Hill right there, Greg.
No, not for them. For
Oh, my bad.
yeah, Dobie's goal here. Bowman is who they no, because that was the other because it goes Bowman Hogarth, but it was either way an amazing play, just like crazy. And you would think that's going to be the goal of the game, right? I mean, when you watch that, you're looking at that going, that's got to be the goal of the game.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
Halifax,
sure.
it's 11-6 at this point in time.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
again, there's Captain King, that little BTB
Oh.
behind the back, just kind
That's a
of.
sweet BTB.
But just
Yeah.
the way he draws all the defensemen in, though. I mean, watch. It's just boop. As soon as
Whoop.
Tarafinko's going after him, nobody's going that way because the stick's on that side of him. And
boom.
Dobie.
Coming
Yeah,
down the gut.
Just flicked it to Dobie and boom, in.
Yeah. No, huge shout out. This has been a blast. I love this game. Was unbelievably exciting. So this one, nice little toe drag fake there, but he comes in, he puts it over that top right shoulder. And like we talked about, remember this one, Paul?
Yeah.
Because this is something like my coach would have taught me in college was you look for that top side on the first one, you get him set up, your next shot, the goalie's knowing you just beat him there. This is me losing my mind because it was just, this was crazy. OJ absolutely lost his mind. I should actually, let me see if I can hide you guys real quick and you can catch OJ's reaction because it was nuts. Yeah. He goes crazy. I mean, just he steps across and watch Hill's shoulder here. Just whoop. He's up there. He's in that side. He assumes he's going that way. He uses the screen.
Perfect. He used it perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Hill. He's going that way. It's unbelievable when you watch that. I don't know. It was that's why they call him Superman, right?
Yep.
I think you said that in one of the highlights. I think you lost your mind. You're like, that's why they call him Superman. But he never stops stride or anything, and you just see Hill's shoulder, and it's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, what a fake too.
Like I didn't believe that one even went in at first.
Yeah. Oh my.
Well, the goalie Hill had no clue. Had no
Yeah.
clue. Never seen the behind the back. Switched hands and boop.
And Hill didn't bite on that first fake. Kudos to him. I bit on it.
Yeah.
And then, oh my. So where does it go? 5-hole?
It looks
Almost
like it, yeah.
Bounced off the hip. No, it 5-holed him. Yeah, right under the stick.
Yeah. Oh man, that might have been right under or right over his leg. We'll see it. Oh, right over the top of his leg. It rolled up his shin guard. So just over the top. Look at the smile on his face. He's like, I know for sure. And that one was number 8 on SportsCenter's top 10. So kudos to the NLL. Yeah, they made number 8 on the top 10. So kudos to the NLL on that one.
Oh, good. We said that one of those plays should have made it.
It was that one. We've said it. And Teddy Jenner said it when he called it out. He said, because you just watched it. And that's kind of like that Lax Night tournament where, the one guy scored the unbelievable underhand goal and you think that's going to be it. And then Grennan does that sick, that was insane. But I guess we can get back to our picks for the week. And that Mammoth game as well. That was another game. Las Vegas was way ahead. What did you guys think about that, Owen?
I don't think I saw much of that one.
All right, so I watched that one, and off the bat, it looked like Las Vegas. I thought I was going to be wrong. I thought for sure that's another game that I was watching, and I was like, well, here goes another one I picked wrong because Vegas came out to a pretty early lead, and then all of a sudden, Colorado just woke up. So, I mean, Vegas was really only leading 3-2, then 3-3. And after that, they never took their foot off the gas pedal.
Well, it also stemmed from Ward. What a second half by Ward again is he must go in and he does the regrouping, gets his defense settled into place where they make their changes and they come out and go to town.
Yeah, 46 saves.
And a lot, as far as the power play face-offs, they were 50-50 basically. So shots on goal, not a lot of shots by the defense.
Well,
Defense is not letting the shots get through. A lot of
so
blocks.
Vegas got 55 shots on goal. So, I mean, you're almost a shot a minute for Vegas, like you said, though. I mean, Dylan Ward really just stepped up big in that game. I think that's got to be. Oh, yeah, he did. Tate Snow. There's Tate in the comments. Thanks, Tate. Yeah, it did skip over the top of his leg. But the nice to know you're out there, Tate. Thanks for dropping
Yeah,
in the
definitely.
comments.
Yeah.
But no, I think Ryan Lee is really the story there. So he had a hat trick, but he really opens things up. Connor Kelly, 6 assists. So honestly, things are working great there. Connor Kelly, you're watching all these former Firewolf guys doing great where they are, and they're great fit pieces. So they weren't, I don't think they would have done great on Albany with the rookies they brought in. I don't think Simmons would have developed like he did. So I think that's a huge part of it. But I'm definitely, obviously we got to be happy with the results as a Firewolves fan. But so
Absolutely.
the Mammoth, like I said, I expect them to come on strong at the beginning of the year. I
Yeah.
think they're going to make the bottom of the playoffs. Vegas, though, I was wondering.
Hannah didn't do too bad from the highlights that I had seen.
He had
he's
4
the man.
goals. No,
Yeah,
4
he's
goals
the
and
man.
3 assists. Jonathan Dodville. I tell you, so Vegas has some bright spots. Landon Kells, 33 saves. You
Yeah.
need more saves. We've talked about this time and time again. I don't know what it is about the MSL. Well, I guess I do. It's 3 inches smaller net, and Kells is not a very big guy. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't like to talk like that because he's obviously a phenomenal goalie. He's playing in the MSL. He's playing in the NLL. He deserves to be there. But look at the I don't, you can't see it right now, but if I pull this up, you guys can see the stats that I'm looking at. But that 46 saves to 33 saves.
Yeah.
That says it all right there. If you can't make 40 saves a night, you're not going to put your team in a position to be able to really you're not doing your team any favors. I wonder what his save percentage was for the game.
Huh.
They don't have the updated stats on it yet, so I'd have to go through and, well,
He's
actually,
two-
you can calculate it real quick. So Las Vegas or Colorado took 48 shots, and they had 15 goals.
23 years old. So the kid's got a lot of time to continue to grow. At 23, he's 227 pounds. How much lighter is he compared to Hill? Dougie. I mean, Dougie's probably got about 40, 50 pounds on him.
Yeah. That's
he's a small guy.
It's a 0.3 goals against average, so it's like a 70%. So I heard the stat once, 80% is what you need in the NLL, and I think that's 100% right. Is if you look at your goalies and your winning goalies, you need to be 80%. I think Stamper's the one who told me that. That's got to be. So, yeah, Stamper said that, and I would believe that's pretty true looking at things. So I'm going to go ahead and say that that's right. And obviously not so well for Kells. This one, though, Buffalo surprised me. I did not expect them to come out firing that early. You two did. You obviously beat me on this one. I mean, Paul, you got to be happy with the way things went.
How could you not? I mean, just from watching, again, all the highlights, and there was a lot of them, my shout out is to the champs did what champs are going to do. But how about the Buffalo Bandits Mafia, man? They overtook Rochester in a way that in a way that can't be there's no other team unless they come to Albany. That's probably the next closest, and they'll overtake Albany too.
The Bandits fans are on a different level. It's nuts. You watch any of the game, awesome. There's just an orange wave throughout it. They come to Albany, they take the whole section behind the Bandits. Like, they literally buy out that section. There's like 5 Firewolves fans that have their season tickets in there, 10, 15, something like that. It looks like 5. There's probably like 20 or 30, but they just they buy that whole row and they turn it orange. So, like, if Albany was smart on that night, we should just call it like Native American Heritage Night. That's your wear orange night. Like, Buffalo's coming to town, wear orange. Everybody's got orange on at that point. Let's go, boys. Like, what else are you going to do?
Well, you got to put some boxes on your head. And,
We
the
ain't
Box
putting no
family is
boxes.
awesome, man.
I love going there. I will go early and go walk around the fans just to interview some of the Buffalo fans for the channel because those guys are on a different level. It's yeah, the only weak point of the Bandits currently is Paul Dawson. And when Paul Dawson is your weak point, what does that say for your team? I mean, come on now. I mean, that's amazing. Yeah, no, they came out good. Their defense came out good. Matty Vince looked like he's like 30 years old somehow. He
54 saves.
Yeah.
Huge.
No, and honestly, I think so. Watching Hutchcraft, Rochester went through it last year. I think Kells will go through it again this year, and hopefully by next year he's a little bit better at it. But you got to let these guys see the NLL shot. Seems to be the only way things kind of work out like that, you know.
Yeah,
you got to take your lump somewhere.
Yeah.
That you do. Yeah, and who didn't show up for Rochester? In regards to the dynamic duo that I've been talking about between Smith has got to step up on the right side. Connor, you can put 16 shots on goal, but
local
if they ain't hitting
and
net, doesn't help.
Well, here's the thing right here too. So your game leaders, look at that stat. Ryan Launchbury, 2 goals. You're the Rochester Nighthawks. You have Ryan Smith. You have Connor Fields. Launchbury should not be your leading goal scorer with 2 goals. No matter, that is just ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I mean, really, that's what it was. The defense for the Bandits came out on fire, full swing, and they shut them down. I mean, look at the rest of their offense. 0 goals for Curtis Knight.
Yeah.
2 goals for Connor Fields, no assists. 16 shots. 16 shots on goal.
16 shots. Yeah. Nothing hit the net. Nothing.
Yeah.
Not a good night. Not a good night.
That's not even how many shots. He's shooting 12%. And that's not what didn't hit the net. So, I mean, when you add the other ones that didn't hit the net, that's an even crazier stat. Unfortunately, the NLL won't give me the press pass so I can see those sweet stats. But actually, I should use that link. Stamper told me about that guy. He's pretty good. So I'll have to use that. McConvey at least had 3 points. So, I mean, really, that Rochester offense shut down. Hutchcraft, though, 47 saves, gave his team, he was in it. Really, that's all you can ask. He didn't give it up. Hutchcraft's getting way better. He's not there, but he's definitely better than Kells is. I think he's made a far step up compared to that,
Well, he did go quarter by quarter like you were talking earlier, 1-0 after 1. They're feeling it. I got to feel if I'm a home team and I got the defending champs after the first quarter and even 4-1 at halftime. That's not a bad score. That fourth quarter, Rochester ran out of juice. That's for darn sure. But again,
so
if you're hitting the goalie 16 times, there you go too.
Hutchcraft's at 75% save percentage. So
again,
that's not 80. That's not that 80%. You're not going to get it. So let's go. Let's see what. Actually, let me check. I'll check Matty Vince's since we're here. So Matty Vince, 62 shots on goal minus 7 goals is 55 saves. So we do 55 divided by 62, 88%, almost 90%. That's the difference in the game right there. That's huge. 90% as opposed to 70-something percent. The proof is in the pudding, I guess. So that was, and then, I mean, let's talk about this Albany game. That Albany game, what is going on with Toronto's offense? All right, lack thereof offense, I guess, would be a better statement. We watched a lot of this game. OJ actually clicked off it, and he was watching the other games for me so I could get the Georgia highlights. Thankfully, he was up there watching it because it was ridiculous. No power play goals is nuts. Yeah, that is insane. So 0 for 5 and 0 for 4 on the power plays. That is crazy. That's Con Knuckles. Thank you. Thank you, Con Knuckles. I appreciate that stat. But that game was nuts. And the Toronto Rock were 1 for 5. But honestly, that was just what is going on with the Rock. I know they've got some injuries they're dealing with. I guess the bigger question should be, what's up with Sam Firth this year, man? And holy crap, 5 goals.
Didn't he take off, huh? Greg, you look like you're in the fans section there.
I
You're
do. I'm
cheering
just
with
there cheering. I'm on. Woo! Party! No, I tell you, man, that was a good game for him. He's so much fun to watch. So I was wondering how they were going to fill this lineup up and kind of put Marshall back. So they had some injuries. They moved some guys around, but Marshall Paulus looked amazing in that game. He was setting picks, had a goal, had an assist. Longboat looked awesome. I mean, yeah, no, it was a great game for them. Dowick looked pretty good for the Rock, but I mean, that was about it.
Talk about having a great job by Coach once again, Clark, by having depth on his roster. I mean, obviously Walker was banged up a little bit, and to be able to turn around and throw Paulus in there, and Paulus steps up with a incredible rip, bounce shot that was awesome.
Got him fired up. But the biggest thing I think with Marshall was he was setting picks. He was moving all over the place. Like they were really, that offense was flowing very, very well together. We brought in Eric Fennell to be a bigger body, I believe, and smash some people around. Didn't look great in his first game. I think he would probably say the same thing. He seemed a little like he had a chance at a goal at the end. And that's the thing, though. You bring in a guy like that, and how many possessions does he need to get the goal production that you want to get from him? But he really looked kind of slow, those double knee braces, and just wasn't looking.
It looks awkward, I thought.
Yeah,
you saw watching it live. I'm like, man, that reminds me of Tommy Demon up at SUNY Poly with his double knee brace. He ain't as swift as foot. He could be awesome and have soft, sweet hands and rip shots, but the cuts and the bangs just, I don't. It's tough. I know. In regards to bad knees, it's. But you were talking about possessions. Well, why'd they get so many possessions? Take a look at what that Fogo, and he can play defense.
He ain't no Fogo.
He ain't no Fogo. So what do you call that? Face off, play D.
Face off, stay on. He's a Foso. Foso.
Yeah. He's an FPD.
Foso. Yeah, he's for sure, I think, the number one face-off guy in the league right now. I think a combination of the defense really is what adds to him. Because you don't lose many clean face-offs as Joe Nardella. Like the Firewolves, even if he loses the clamp, he's not going to lose that face-off clean. Nobody's just running away from him and getting that transition goal. You might get one a game where the guys kind of get away. But really, when you look at, like this last game, you had 20 goals combined. One with the 1 out of 20, you're going to, okay, I'll give it to you. And the way he's playing defense ever since he came back from that knee injury, if they gave a improved player of the year last year, it should have been Nardella for his defense. And he continues to get better. He's not as dominant on the faceoff draw as he once was, as far as like winning percentage wise goes, but he is just physically dominant, and his defense is so good. They don't score on him very often.
Well, even if he loses the draw in the concept and the other player picks it up, he strips them down. He's able to strip that person down because he's inside their pocket, and ball's back on the ground. He's picking it up and getting it up.
Yeah.
It's great stuff.
No, the defense has been great. Mike Burns had a great start. Zach Young, rookie last year, came on phenomenal. John Patelli, that was the other guy. I was like, man, there was somebody else they started this week that didn't play last week. Patelli looked amazing. He's out there banging bodies, setting picks. Not a very big guy. He's, that's him and Marshall. They're not huge guys. Marshall might be a little bit bigger than Patelli. I'm not 100% sure on that, but they are just out there smashing. Same with Firth, and Firth was feeling it obviously with his 5 goals, though. I mean, he was just on fire.
Loving the game. 5 goals, 5 sweet goals as far as that goes too. Longboat dishing it.
Yeah.
But who? You got to say who. What stands out the most? Going back into his own stomping grounds, Dougie was Dougie. Who?
Yeah.
Dougie.
No, he played great. Rosie didn't play great, but I don't even know if you can blame Nick Rose. I mean, a couple of those you're going to blame Nick Rose for, but a lot of that, their defense is just, you can tell they are banged up. So they've got Mitch Desnew back there still. Other than that, though, I mean, not much. Corey Smalls, 7 shots on goal. Can't bury one. Not good. Bushi. What happened, Chris Bushi? Oh, that's right. The Firewolves defense is what happened to Chris Bushi. So thank you very much. OJ, your boys in San Diego did not do so well. Wow, that was a game, though. I tell you what,
That was quite a game.
that was cool. We were watching that right till pretty much the wire. I watched a lot of it. Didn't make the end of it after the Firewolves game was over. I went and hung out with the family and just kind of listened to the tail end of it. Not a lot of goal scoring. I honestly think Dobson, I've talked about it before. It really came down to it. I mean, look at the stats don't lie. So there's Dobson's, uh, 53 shots on goal is what San Diego had. Well,
Yeah.
you only needed to make 4 extra saves, and Dobson made it. Ligrieri was not up to the task. But Lyle Thompson, looking like a kid out there.
Stepping back and just ripping rope.
He,
Some of them were just lasers.
yeah,
Outside rip.
it was nuts. Yeah, I mean, here's his first one. Those bright yellow shoes. This is a nice little move here. He just draws them out. Everybody just kind of runs out. They see what he's doing, and everybody just runs over the way. Yeah. Oh my goodness, what a little, just nifty little. Come on, everybody, let's go out here, and just runs in. Looks like he's totally going far side. Stuffs it near side over his shoulder. No, that did go far side, didn't it?
Yeah, it does look like a top corner.
Yeah. I've watched these a bunch, and you think I'd know, but so that was the first one. He was just feeling it. Oh, this is the better view right there. Yeah, right over that right shoulder. And Ligrieri, you're going against the world's best kid. Don't worry about it. He's getting better all the time. If I don't know if he's going to be the guy this year. He could be. He's close. He's younger. That's why they kept him. Better in the future. Yeah. So I love this too. Last year was a off year for Lyle Thompson. They're talking about 42 goals.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
Didn't they lose? They lost the first 7 last year, didn't they?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. How about this one?
That outside ripper he took.
Oh, he is feeling it too. You just see, stands up, and what a rip. Oh my goodness. He makes it look so easy. That's just, I mean, years he's shooting. Like, I got to go film him shooting one time. It's going so much faster than it looks too. He makes it look so effortless.
Yeah.
This one, though, misses the pass. But what's underrated here, he sets a beautiful screen, and both defenders buy it. Boom.
Yeah.
See, as soon as that happens, his defender stays down low because he sees it. He sees what Lyle's doing. Sets the screen, and by the time they flip, he ends up missing the pass. But oh my goodness, what a shot!
Well, he's got the defender number 20 there. It looks like again, these guys know how to use guys for screens. Did the goalie even see the shot? Not until it was the ball was out and moving.
The stick's in line with the defender here until it
right
comes
off the hip,
right out there. It's the only
right
time
off the hip.
Yeah, you then see it off. He's feeling it. There's the hat trick goal. He's feeling it at this point. This goal is cool. And we got some big news coming out on Onondaga here in a little bit. Caleb Benedict got to play in his first game. Ends up with the game-winning assist.
Nice.
Yeah, the overtime assist. So kudos to him. Nice little behind-the-back flip. And that's, yeah. And because Q's got a rocket, so you gotta cover Q. You can't leave him out there. And he scores the game winner. He's another former Firewolf that has been doing great. Yeah, and Firth is completely underrated. You are 100% right about that. He is everybody on the Firewolves is underrated except for Alex Simmons because Alex Simmons is just so good. Oh my goodness, what a pass that was though. Yeah, see, watch the goalie. He thinks he's shooting. Right, and then by the time he starts to move,
it's in his stick, out of his stick.
Well, yeah, it's out of his
hip side wide open.
Yeah.
Goalie he's got his hand up on the top corner, but looks like it's right under his armpit.
Yeah. Oh man, he's just so good.
Yeah, you sit there. I'm going through the stats here a little bit, Greg, and you just rattled off a whole bunch of swarm players. You want to know who you didn't even mention? Brandon Bomberry.
Yeah.
I mean, this kid, 4 assists, and I'm sitting there looking, and everything's going through Bomberry at some point in time too.
Well, he's
a big boy that goes through and
that's
pops
what I was just
off.
going to say is you see Bomberry setting the picks all the time.
Yeah.
That's Bomberry's big thing is he's always setting the picks and getting it going. Oh,
Yeah.
I never ended up. There it is. I was like, what the heck happened? That's right. I was having some issues.
Seth Oaks. Yeah.
Yeah, Q scores it. No, I was trying to get so that that other kid is Caleb Benedict, right there with the white shoes. He sets a screen, I think, on Lyle's first goal, but he gets it, steps in like he's gonna shoot or do something, steps out, throws it to Q. Everybody isolates Q. Q runs into the top, and so just like you said there, she got 1, 2, 3 San Diego Seals, a Georgia Swarm player, and then and everybody just loses it. And look at
Oh.
he's like, what? So yeah, former Firewolf there. Yeah, Seth Oaks is great too. That's the thing, Seth Oaks. There's so many guys on that team.
There
Yeah,
is.
and George is going nuts. I don't think we saw Kai down in the stands. I think he told me last year he sits behind the penalty box. So we're gonna get him on pretty soon. But no, that was just a beautiful rip. And then Q was like, ha, everybody, I love this. It was great. I love that these guys get so fired up. Like you can tell what a passion this is for them. Buries the
Well, yeah,
game
and you want to
winner.
what what makes this what we're watching right here and talking about, Greg, is so much better. In regards to, I watched the New York Mets today. I'm not a baseball fan. I was a baseball fan when I was but a kid, and I love lacrosse so much. But to sit there and watch what all these players do, and the guys on Tri City and the Utica Yeti, and all the teams, it's such an honor to be around them and play with so much passion. Watching the pro guys who truly are pros, they are different. They're awesome. They're great. But the amount of money they put and the beating they put on their body for the amount of money they get, and then you get some kid that stands up the plate to get $765 million. What
Wow.
what ridiculous price? How there's that much money? If there is, not for nothing, buddy. You could give everybody in America $1 million, and you want to know what? You still got money left over. And use that as a tax write-off.
Yeah,
you want me to be a baseball fan? Send me a check, bub. Otherwise, lacrosse by far is for the love of the game. Even the pros, are the the 1940s football players, and those guys, the brutality that football used to be. Well, not anymore. But box lacrosse is a true medicine game. Go in and put your heart out on the field, and where it stands is where it stands. Afterwards, shake hands and get ready to do it again because you love the game. And I appreciate you doing what you guys do because you make it fun for me because I'm still learning this game. And to sit here and watch, I get fired up. I'm fired up. It's box season, and I'm leading the league.
How could you? Yeah, how could you not be fired up?
Exactly.
And all right, so we got Prairie Tan. So Tan, I was missing you. I thought for sure we were going to hear a little more from you last week after your rush beat my Firewolves, but I'm telling you right now, Tan, Shigliano stays healthy and keeps playing at that pace. They are going to be in some serious, serious contenders, I guess you could say. But it's on to the predictions now.
And I've learned my lesson. Don't bet against Georgia.
Don't bet against Georgia. All right, so I like it. Don't bet against Georgia. Let's see how that works out for you here. So we've got our picks for the week. Oh boy, I got all kinds of things. So we're just gonna make this big full screen. We're not gonna look at us. So we got our weekly picks going, right?
Yeah.
First game of the week. Who you taking, OJ?
The Friday.
Yeah, so Friday we're looking at the Bandits going against the Black Bears.
I mean, Bandits are coming off a pretty strong win against Rochester, but Ottawa basically ran away with their first game.
This is going to be a good game either way.
I want to go Ottawa.
You're going Ottawa.
I think it's going to be a really good battle, but
okay.
I want Ottawa to win this.
I'll give it to you. Paul, I know you're going Bandit Land.
I got to believe Buffalo jumps on the canal. The fans jump on the canal. They get to the before the river freezes over, and they head up the St. Lawrence, and they land in Ottawa, and they take it by storm. They burn their boats, and they're bringing back the Ottawa sleigh dogs.
I like it. I like
We're
it.
coming back with fur coats, baby. We're coming back with fur coats.
This game next week, I think, could be the game of the night. Friday. I'm gonna go with the Seals though. OJ, Seals or Mammoth? You know a lot of the Seals, so I'm assuming we're going this way, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'll go Seals with you.
All right, Paul.
You didn't say what your pick was for Ottawa.
Yeah, we didn't hear no Ottawa. Are you trying to sneak one in the?
I put my guy right under there. The Black Bears are going to beat the Bandits. You're all by yourself on that one.
Yeah, I get you.
Oh yeah, no, I did that.
I got you.
Okay. Ryan, 7 for 7. He's telling us he's nailing it.
He is nailing it. He's the man.
Yeah. And we're going to keep the rankings up every day. I promise I will not be above 500 for long. I'm terrible at this. But so who are you going with? You going with the Mammoths or you going with the Seals, Paul?
I'm going to go. You want to know what? I'm believing in Ward. I'm going Ward. I'm going with Mammoth.
Okay.
They're going to start strong, unlike what we talked about preseason. How we were saying they're slowing down. Ward is stepping up. He's got that second half juice, and we're going to stick with him.
All right, I like it. And on to the Rochester-Vancouver game. I'm assuming OJ is going to go Vancouver. Is that correct? All right.
Yeah, I'll go Vancouver. I'll take a chance on Vancouver.
So he's hoping Mouse is going to do it. Oh, wait. Charity asked me to drop the things a little bit so that way when we go to do it, I got to move them afterwards so she can put the scores underneath, and then it makes it easier for us. I'll remember it next time.
Yeah, I believe Mouse and the Warriors can bring home a win against Rochester.
All right. Paul, you want to go?
No, I want you to go first this time. How's that?
All right. I am honestly going to say I think Rochester. I do think Vancouver is going to be better throughout the year. I think this is possibly your 8th ranking to get in. This is the preview of what is going to be the 8th to get in, and I am going to say Rochester. They got spanked last week. Their offense looked bad. I think they're going to score on Aiden Walsh. I think Vancouver's got pretty good defense, but their goalie's not there. I'm going to go with solid Rochester on this one. I think Connor Fields and Ryan Smith and they all got their, butts handed to them last week. I think they're going to go in there with the chip on their shoulder.
I'm going with the same thing. They're jumping on the plane. I got to believe in landing in Vancouver with a huge pissed off, we're coming back and we're going to take over Vancouver.
Yeah.
I'm going definitely Rochester.
All right. Hey, and in the video after this, guys, put your things in the regular comments, and then it'll be easier for us to grab them after, or I'll have to go through this. Oh, boy, I missed there was a bunch of stuff in the chats. I was running stuff.
Oh, well, they're fired up.
I like it. I like it. There's
a
lot of stuff going on in the chats. It's nice to see everybody going.
With the Vancouver pick. Nice.
Yeah. So, all right. So you're going Rochester as well on that one, Paul, you said.
Absolutely.
All right, I'll go first for the Vegas one as well. So I think this is going to be Vegas's win. I am going to go out on a limb here. I think Vegas is going to be able to go and they're going to score and they're going to make them wish that Philly still wish that they had Zach Higgins. Damoud's all right, but I think Higgins is better. Damoud's still young. I think they made the right decision maybe overall, kind of like the San Diego option with Alighieri instead of Shigliano. But I don't know. OJ, what are you thinking in this game?
I honestly think this might be one of the closest games of the week for sure.
Yeah.
And I haven't Vegas, as you guys don't know, is my secondary U.S. team, so I think I gotta go Vegas. I'll back you up on this one.
You're going with me on this
Greg?
one? We're going Desert Dogs. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I'll back you up.
All right, and Paul?
I'm sitting here thinking about this, and you want to know what? The Desert Dogs, they've been playing hard. They've been playing good. Hannah's been playing good, but they're going into Philadelphia. Philadelphia, I think, is needing to make a statement. We've been calling, we've been calling this the Tidy Bowl in regards to these two teams right here. And you want to know what? I'm going to go Philadelphia is going to knock off the Dogs.
You're 4-1,
Absolutely.
Paul. So I mean, we got to say,
I'm not. I'm going with it. I'm going with it.
You're doing
Josh
something right.
Josh is on your side as well. So
Yeah.
we know
think Blaze is going to do something. They got to do something. They've been pitching. Day is taking himself out of the bench concept. He's sitting in the suite right now, sipping on martinis, saying, "Okay, boys, I got you a coach. Let's do this. You're at home."
Yeah.
all right. So I know.
I just saw one of Prairie Tan's comments. Yes, Vancouver has in the past only turned on a couple seasons, but when they got Mouse, they've just been getting better and better every week.
All right, there you
and
go.
Building stronger.
Going out on the making the statement. I like it. All right, so we already know I'm picking the Firewolves. OJ's picking the Roughnecks. We don't need to discuss that at all.
Yeah.
Paul.
Yeah, where are you going, Noecker?
Yeah. Where am I going? I'm going to Albany. Dougie's too hot right now. It's in Albany. There's no question. I call it the igloo or the egg, just because the egg's right now.
The egg's right behind it.
MVP is going to be rocking after what the boys did up in Toronto. Yeah. And I think the fan base is going to start to come out, and
we're going to get 5,000. I predict we're going to hit 5,000.
I think so. They're hammering it. They're doing a great job, and obviously the Coach Clark has a product on the field that is well worth watching.
100%. I know Kai the goalie's going to pick Georgia. I'm going to pick Georgia Swarm. Paul, who you going with?
I'm not betting against Georgia. Watching what I watch, there's no way.
Yeah.
Toronto. The Roses. The Roses lost some petals. That's for sure.
Yeah. OJ, are you going with O Canada, or are we staying?
I'm not betting against Georgia again.
You already said it. I'm not betting against Georgia.
So we're not making that mistake 2 weeks in a row.
So we're basically all lead pipe locking this one. So Toronto's got a chance this week, just because we all picked it. In case anybody's wondering.
Yeah, but they're beat up. They're too beat up. They're traveling to Georgia.
Nothing against my buddy Rose, but
no, I do like Rose, but he got bigger issues this week, man. He has definitely got some issues. I always pick Georgia unless they play Albany. That's 100% right.
Yeah.
I think Georgia is going to be in the top 5 easily, probably 3. The power rankings NLL put out, I think they had them just above Albany. I disagree with that one. But nobody's picking. Who's picking Toronto? He says it's true. Nobody's picking Toronto. The best part is, and I feel so bad. So Levy, Levy. I always pronounce his name wrong, but Adam Levy picked them. Too. Toronto ain't picking Toronto, but he picked them to do it, and then he ended up changing his. I would imagine he's going to change his picks now. I haven't asked him again, but they were his favorite, and unfortunately for him, did not work out quite right. So. Next game, I'm going with Halifax. We know who Prairie Tan's going with. He's going to go with the Rush, and I'm not convinced. This, to me, is going to be the close game. I think Calgary gave these guys a tough game last time. I honestly think Halifax is going to take it personal. They're looking at it. OJ, I'll let you pick because I can see Paul's kind of he's hipping and hawing over there. Everyone better pick Sass, he says. Sorry, Tan. We're not all picking Sass. That's a members.
Sorry, Tan. Even I'm not picking Sass. Even I live in the province next
door. You're not even picking Sass, so he's going with the facts.
No.
All right, so we're going Halifax.
I'm going Halifax just because of how great of a game it was against Calgary.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah.
We're going with the Mighty Green.
You're going with the
I am. After watching them in Albany, you want to know what? They played a solid game. Goalie play is solid. They're at home. You want to know what? That green turf is ridiculously ugly, awful. It ain't like the
you want bad
blue
turf. come to Calgary.
No, you got even worse turf. There's no question. The nice blue turf
Exactly.
behind me, that's the nice
Yep.
stuff right there. The igloo ice, baby. The igloo
Oh
ice.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
actually,
we're
I
going
love
with
that turf.
Saskatchewan.
all right, and
I'm
I
going
just made an
Saskatchewan.
executive decision since Josh is a channel member. As part of the channel member reward, he gets to pick. So he's picking Sass as well.
Yeah.
And from now on, everybody, if you are a channel member as well, you will get a pick on the show. We will put a letter up for your name. Yeah.
Yeah,
Who,
and Josh also picked Vancouver, so thank you for agreeing with me, Josh.
Thank you for agreeing with me, says. All right, but we've got a question in the comments wanting to know who
Oh.
didn't pick. What was it? Who didn't pick Georgia last week? I think we all picked.
I
Georgia.
didn't.
Oh,
No, I
OJ
didn't.
didn't. That's right.
OJ didn't.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So Owen left that one on his own. It was I'm not sure what he was thinking. Hey, we've hit our
Yeah.
magical 45 minutes. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back, guys, in 2 minutes. We just want to get our sponsors in again real quick. We'll be right back. Thanks everybody so much
Cool.
for tuning in.
Inside, all around the town. Contact Dura. You need the pipe, they have the pipes. Utica Club Lounge, where the Yeti hang out, pre-game and post-game. Incredible food. We have live music. Have a drink with the Yeti. Get some autographs. Bay Farms, where the beef's at, where the hay's at. Contact Jimmy Fay. Master Vito Hyundai. Make your move to Master Vito. The Yeti have. It's been a great season so far. What a score. Brandwide Distillery, Cortland, New York. Stop in, say hello to Jimbo. Check out the shop. While you're at the shop, get yourself a little sampler. Sample that coffee liqueur. Have a little gin and tonic, maybe. And I know he's got that rumski. Stop in. It's what the Yeti drink. Join us on Monday nights. Toast with Brandwide Distillery, Utica Mac Incorporated. For all your sales and service needs, contact Branches Simile, CRM Commercial Residential Management.
And we're back. Thanks so much, everybody, for waiting. Thank you to our sponsors. Check them out. That's what makes this show happen. It goes around. So, yeah, I think Toronto is – who's been the biggest surprise this season to you guys? I'm going to go first and say it has to be Toronto, although if you did watch the injury thing, like we watched the transaction pool, not everybody else is watching the NLL transaction page. Like, I get that. So I expected Toronto to kind of start this way, but I do have to say I think they are definitely the most surprising team to most people this year coming into it.
Yeah, no, I would definitely say Toronto as well, because they were mid-range last year, and now they're dropping to the bottom. Like, what's up with that?
Yeah.
Well, they're all banged up and beat up. I mean, even Schreiber, Ward, all of these guys put in some serious time throughout the postseason, other than Schreiber because he got hurt during the PLL season.
Yeah.
But we're back. We're off. We're on.
You're
we're
on.
back. Okay, but
No, we're on.
Okay. As far as Rose is definitely a huge asset. The biggest surprise for myself, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I still think Albany is. I'm pretty high on Albany right now. They from game 1 to game 2, you know what, they took their lumps in their first home game, licked them, and came back and went up to Toronto and smashed. It wasn't just a beating; they beat them down. They beat them down. Yeah. And I was only able to watch highlights.
Yeah.
The Firewolves were on fire.
Firewolves were on fire.
Dougie was on fire. Every save, they were putting them on him, and Dougie was making saves and breaking it out, and away they went. And it was, I'm going Albany is definitely and definitely Josh has got the word with Colorado. I got to say, I stepped out on the limb there, and I picked Colorado to win this week, where you guys didn't. I'm out there, guys. I put two on the I put two chances for you guys to catch up. Am I gonna take a bigger lead, or are we gonna catch up and surpass Noecker? That's the question.
So I'm actually pretty high on Colorado, though. That's why it was tough for me, because I really am fairly high on Colorado. I think they're going to do good. I just think San Diego has to win this game. I feel like
Yeah.
they're going to feel like it's a must win. I think this is a huge game. Colorado definitely can win this game. I am by no stretch saying that it's a lockdown thing. I just did notice though, so they finally have updated us on what's going on with Ethan Walker, why he didn't play. So he's on the holdout list. So that sounds like a money thing. Patelli was upgraded, which we know we saw him play last week. Uh, Riley Isaacs is on the active roster now for the Roughnecks, but Hayden Dixon is on the injured reserve.
Yay, my buddy Isaacs.
So that's good that Isaacs is up. I'm sure he's actually, you had him on the show, right?
I did have him on my show a couple times. He is actually. We were talking before the show.
Yeah,
about,
move back on the screen, OJ. You're hiding your
Oh.
face off the screen. There you go.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay. Sorry, I like to move when I talk. But no, Isaacs, he's a junior A Calgary Mountaineers alum, and I've watched him play junior A up until now, and he was on the practice roster last year, so seeing him get his chance this year is very important.
That's awesome. So you've been watching him for a few years, kind of a local guy coming up through the
Yep.
ranks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I love those stories. That's so cool. So good
Yeah.
luck, Riley Isaacs. Hopefully he plays good and has a good weekend. And I think I didn't pick Calgary this week, did I? Or did I? I don't even know. That's how good I am at this.
Why.
Oh yeah, I
It's
picked
just-
Albany. Sorry, Isaacs. You're not gonna have a great you're not gonna have a great opening. It could
Yeah.
definitely be worse.
Actually, I think that might have been the transaction sheet from last week because he was playing this past week too.
Yeah. It could have just been he had time getting issues with time off of work. That is one thing you always got to remember. A lot of these guys are they got pro jobs doing
Yeah.
whatever it is. So
Again, that is props to Coach Clark with having a depth in the roster where you want to what you can sit them for a couple weeks to after vacation for other people because they do have jobs. That's again what makes this game so special is what these guys put on the line to entertain us and put smiles on our face.
what you really
Yeah.
saw this week, though, that I think was huge, and Albany did a lot last year, is that team scoring. You don't rely on
Yeah.
Simmons to get a sock trick, and you don't need Dyson Williams to step up and get a hat trick every night in his first year. And honestly, to be able to do that without Ethan Walker up there is huge because he is one of those. You talk about underrated guys on the Firewolves. Ethan Walker is definitely one of them. He was a part of that Q trade. He is a great playmaker. Q shoots a lot. I think him and Simmons, it wouldn't have worked because they're both those high volume shooters. I think that's probably a problem Georgia seemed to not have so much. They figured out a really good way between Thompson and him. I think it's actually made Thompson better. He's not feeling like he's got to shoot everything and having Q be able to stay out because he is such a distance threat. I mean, that guy is lethally accurate from distance. He shoots better than most guys.
Yeah. Josh wants to know who's sitting once Ewok comes back.
Oh ho ho ho.
That's
I'm sitting Piatelli. Nothing against Piatelli. When you pick him or Marshall, if that's the choice, but are you bringing Fennell back in as well? I am glad I am not Coach Clark. I can tell you that much. That's a tough spot to be in.
Yeah, but again, you want to know what is cool? Even if they're on the, they may not dress, but if they're on the active roster, they still get a paycheck. So that's the cool thing about not necessarily. Obviously, every player wants to play, and I want to be, especially on the home games, I want to be on the floor. But to know that you made the travel, you made the warm up, you did what you had to do, your commitment level is there. It's cool to see those guys get paid what they deserve.
Yeah. Not sure why I've got multiple of our cameras here. I'll just cover up the other ones. There you go. Problem solved. We had double faces for a second. I had things a little screwed up.
I want 5 of me.
Yeah. Will Johansson, defenseman transition guy. That kid is playing phenomenal. Still flying up and down the floor. Travis Longboat looking better and better. Masson looked good. Yeah, because you definitely got to sit another forward. But yeah, with Ewok back, and that's a tough choice because are you sitting Paulus or are you sitting Piatelli? Are you sitting Fennell another game?
I would sit Piatelli just because Marshall's my guy.
Marshall's a wicked nice guy too, and I know him. And actually, Piatelli's a nice guy too. I've gotten to talk to him a couple
I have
times out on the
not.
floor. The Firewolves always do the signings afterwards, so you get to go down on the floor and meet all the players. And
Roughnecks do the same thing.
yeah, so usually as the lines die down, I usually go talk to those guys, and he's been awesome. You talk about a born and bred like just Firewolves practice player there every time, at every game, at every practice. Couldn't ask for a better team player. And now we've hit 55 minutes. Paul, what's going on? We didn't even talk Yeti at all. What's going on with the Junior Yeti?
Yeah.
Junior Yeti, Border Wars are coming
Borders
to
Wars.
Utica. Borders Wars.
Did you
Borders
say border
Wars.
war or
Border
burger war?
Wars. The Border Wars. The Border
Yeah.
Wars USA is coming to Utica on the 20th of December, 2 weeks away. Junior Yeti, we have a U18 bracket in. Our first game is Friday night, the 20th at 10:10. And then again at Saturday, I believe at 5 o'clock, and then 7, something like that. So it's a little bit spaced out, spread out, but it's going to be awesome to. I believe our first game is against the Bandits Orange, and as far as I'm not sure, after the too many things going on in regards to we've been practicing out at the Marriott Windsor. And a beautiful facility. Numbers were great yesterday. We got our second goalie is with us, and she's doing an awesome job. Her and Ronnie are doing fabulous. As far as it's good to see the kids are wanting to be there. That's what makes it, as a coach, great to see the kids wanting it and trying to get themselves better. And most of these kids, they're not doing it just they want to play at that next level, whether it's at the Division 1, Division 2, up in Canada. They want to play box. That's why they're traveling from Albany, from I believe we got a guy from Vermont, one from someplace in Canada. He's coming down and playing with us. So it's been pretty awesome getting ready for this one. And then the Yeti are playing in January against Oneida and also Oswego. Ron's putting together a little play date for a couple of the NABLL teams. So fired up about that one.
OJ.
And of course,
sorry.
No, go on.
No, I was just gonna. I thought you were wrapping up with that, but
no. And then of course our Tri-City Junior Yeti program is going to be starting on December 29th at the Nexus Center on Sunday evenings. And again, Wednesday, one last thing, Wednesday night, Tri-City has men's and women's pickup. The ladies have been playing with the guys inside the boards, and they're loving it. We've been averaging about 8 girls per night. We've been having about 22 to 25 players per week. So come on down, have some U.S. lacrosse insurance. It's $10, and start learning a great game. There's Yeti to play. There's guys that just learned how to play. It is not to say full contact. We do the bumping of the hips and everything like that, but we also know that we all got to go to work the next day, and we're also trying to learn and spread the medicine. So it's great there. And on that note, whew, I can breathe. OJ, what do you got, Greg?
That's all. No, yeah, OJ. You so tell me a little bit about, you had a part 1 and part 2 just come out a little bit ago on your channel. You had this man Paul Noecker. Tell everybody how they find your channel.
Oh yeah, so I'm on Spotify and I'm on YouTube at TechLax. So if you want to listen to me and Paul talk all things Yeti in an epic 2-parter, gotta check it out.
I do cherish the opportunity that I had going with you and Josh throughout the odd when Greg was taping some games when we had Yeti Talks a couple months back. And what an opportunity to meet a young man like yourself that has passion for this game and is looking to continue to grow it in many different aspects. And dude, great job doing what you're doing. If you want some T-shirts, get a hold of OJ. He's got sweatshirts for sale. He's got T-shirts for sale.
Well, these sweatshirts are only this month by pre-order only. Yep.
Pre-order it, and he's got a special. And guess what? It's cheaper to be American. Can you imagine that? Get yourself an OJ T-shirt and an OJ sweatshirt for Christmas. Put it underneath. Greg,
Josh,
again.
we'll get a hold of you for the Yeti jersey. Don't worry about that. Yes, thank you guys. But not just that. Owen has all kinds of NLL players, junior A guys. Like you talk about box lacrosse interviews, and if you've never seen one of Owen's interviews, they are amazing. You have to know who your favorite superhero is. That's always a requirement. It's my favorite part of the interview, honestly. I love it, especially if somebody hasn't seen one of his interviews yet, because you can see him go, some guys
You
are.
have to think about it for a second. I even had a heads up, and I still had to think about it for a second.
Yeah.
There's too many of them out there.
Yeah, the part that stumps people is the bonus question where it's Pixar movie or Disney movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that could throw us.
My problem is I don't watch movies. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I have no idea, he says. There's the Border Wars is underway.
Yeah.
Honestly, the Junior Yeti, they do great social media. Stay up to date. Check them out. They got
Aaron
all the
is
info
awesome.
you need.
He's doing a great job, Aaron Coleman, getting these kids together, giving them the opportunity for a lot of us that never had it, and that's what it's all about. Love it. He's awesome. He's awesome.
Yeah, this is amazing. If anybody hasn't seen this, go look at Pizza and Lacrosse. Yeti and the so American Pie of Rome. Huge shout out to the sponsors.
Great pizza and great wings right here in the beautiful city of Rome.
All right. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. We're shutting it off. It's been over an hour now. Have a good night.
On Booksy.com. It's where Crosscheck gets his haircuts. Duratagre. For all your new construction plumbing needs. Outside, inside, all around the town. Contact Dura. You need the pipe? They have the pipes. Utica Club Lounge, where the Yeti hang out, pre-game and post-game. Incredible food. We have live music. Have a drink with the Yeti. Get some autographs. Bay Farms, where the beef's at, where the hay's at. Contact Jimmy Fay. Master Vito Hyundai. Make your move to Master Vito. The Yeti have. It's been a